Mary Blacksland. On our programme this week, we found out why some buildings in Winchester will turn orange next week. Winchester Radio. The clock on Winchester Guildhall will turn orange next week. The Bishop of Winchester and other dignitaries have agreed to wear orange, and university buildings will also bear the colour. It's to create awareness of a campaign to end domestic violence against women and girls. It's organised by Winchester Optimists, and I spoke to their president, Julie Blackwell.
So the Orange campaign is termed Orange the World because on an international basis, clubs around the world do actually orange as much as they can, both in stores, in clothing, visual landmarks that can be illuminated. This is to highlight the Stop Domestic Violence campaign against women and girls. And this happens from November 25th to the 10th of December every year.
How important is it to have this campaign?
Domestic violence is a big issue against women and girls and has been highlighted recently in the news, not just with renegade perpetrators, but also within places such as the police force and so on. So it's difficult to know who can be trusted these days. It's an awareness campaign to highlight the situation of domestic abuse, domestic violence, and make victims aware and also give them opportunities to find where they can be helped and supported. So the bigger awareness that we can raise from this, the better people can be informed.
And what about here in Winchester, here in Hampshire? Is it a problem around here that you know of?
We work quite closely with the Stop Domestic Abuse Agency, which is based in Havant and covers Hampshire. It also covers women's refuges in the area. We have statistics which say that 30,700 cases of domestic abuse were reported in Hampshire, so it's clearly something that needs to be addressed. 68% of calls to the Stop Domestic Abuse Agency continue to be from female victim survivors, with 5% being from male victim survivors, so we know it does work both ways, but the majority do tend to be female victims.
And from what I understand, the problem has got worse since COVID as well.
Yes, because you would think that home was the safe place to be in COVID. Well, clearly it isn't for those who are subject to domestic violence at home, and that has made it more difficult for women and children, indeed families, to escape their abusers.
So what can we expect to see in Winchester during the Orange campaign? What's going to be happening?
We've had great buy-in and support from Winchester Council. They are lighting up the clock face of the Winchester Guildhall in orange over the weekend of the start of the campaign. So for 3 nights, the clock face will be orange. We've also illuminated the Spinnaker Tower in Portsmouth, because we do have a sister club based near Fareham and Gosport called SI Solent East, and they will support us in the Spinnaker campaign. And also the Vice-Chancellor of the University in Winchester has supported us and has agreed to look at lighting up one of the campuses in Winchester. So it should be quite something just before Christmas to see these buildings lit up in orange.
And hopefully some of the shops and businesses will get involved as well. That's what you're hoping?
We're hoping to make contact with the retailers and businesses along the high street, and hopefully that they will buy in and support us and put a small display, just a poster and a couple of orange balloons to catch the eye, just to highlight the campaign of Orange the World. We also have an orange cafe on the 25th of every month, which we do at Projects Cafe in King's Walk. So if anybody wants to come along and talk to us, Optimist members will be there. We don't just talk about the Orange campaign, but we talk about other issues and charities that we support.
Tell us a bit about Winchester Optimists.
Optimist International, it doesn't exactly trip off the tongue. It comes from the Latin soror, which is sister, and optimum, which is best. So Optimist actually covers best for women and girls, is how we translate it, if you like. So we transform the lives of women and girls. That's a big statement, I know, but on an international basis, we have consultative status at the United Nations, and we get the opportunity to go there each March around International Women's Day to New York, to the United Nations building, where we hear what is going on within women's lives and the challenges they face around the world. This is called the Commission for the Status of Women, so it's a big deal. So as Winchester, we cover smaller charities in our backyard, if you like. We support the women's services at Trinity and the Women's Refuge, and also Winchester Beacon, and with the help of other outlets in the town, we're getting together a good Winchester portfolio The Mayor is very supportive of us, and we should be doing the Christmas fair on the 24th of November as well. Yes, so please come along and support us.
Obviously, people walking around will see the Guildhall lit up orange. They'll see orange displays in the shops. What do you hope they'll take away from it? What difference do you hope it'll make?
Well, number one, we hope it actually raises awareness of the organisation and recognises it for what we are, as in a women's organisation, international, global campaigns and supporting women and girls, which is a key part of obviously what we do. Through education, we enable, we empower both girls and women here in the UK and overseas, but we also obviously need to highlight the awareness of the domestic violence situation in and around the world. So hopefully that might just digest. They may then relate, perhaps in Winchester, what Sir Optimists are doing. We'd be delighted if anybody wanted to join us.
And hopefully bring an end to violence against women.
That's a big ask, I'm sure. I don't think you can put a date on that. I think all we can hope to do is reduce year on year and build awareness in organisations even such as the police. I think it's something that's always been going on, but of course nowadays is the opportunity to speak about it more than ever before.